8 серпня.
8th of August, Media Center of Ukraine continues working. My name is Svetlana Nechepurenko, and we will be talking about the results of the work of NABU and SAPO in 2025. Semen Kryvonos is with us here today. He's the director of the National Anti-Corruption Bureau of Ukraine, and Oleksandr Klymenko, head of the Specialized Anti-Corruption Prosecutor's Office. Hello. Hello. We will be talking about the report a little bit later. You understand pretty well that everybody is interested in the situation that we have witnessed around the NABU and SAPO lately, and the laws that's been approved recently. So we wanted to know what's going on earlier. So the first question is about this. It is known that two more workers, NABU workers, are under investigation. What is the situation here? Do we have access to the investigation? And what's going on? Hello. Hello, dear journalists, partners, Ukrainian society, Ukrainian people. First of all, thank you for your support, for the support of Ukrainian society, that we have the independence returned to us. We will do everything we can that's within our capabilities. I will answer your question. They are contained right now. They were detained right now, and the investigation is ongoing. And two more workers are accused of treason. I already communicated that there was two internal investigations in the NABU, and I also submitted requests for materials, for proofs for these two workers about the Russian influence on these individuals. I have received a letter. I am not allowed to publicly comment on it. I will be addressing for more materials. That's first. I will be waiting for the answer about the second worker. I will be asking for permission to publish the information that I will get, because I don't think that we need to hide anything from the society of Ukraine. I will be asking SBU to publish everything related to this situation. And I, as a member of the society who is very angry with the situation, I would like to see the materials of the investigation, and this would be the best way. And I will remind another case that we had already. There were materials. They were not published in the end, and the person was not appointed as a head of a department. So we will be asking for publishing all the necessary materials, especially what concerns the Russian influence, because we need to transfer to civilized manner of conducting investigations. We see also things being delayed, like, for example, materials were not delivered as a result of request earlier. This would be the best way for the Ukrainian society to keep their interests protected. Thank you. Mr. Oleksandr, what is your position on this issue? Well, I already said more than once that the materials that are published in the media, I think they are not enough to keep those people under detainment. The resonance is pretty huge right now. They were connected to this planned attack against the anti-corruption bodies. After this, it was corrected. However, the situation around those detectives is not corrected yet. So I think the best solution right now, it would be the openness of the service and of the department, and the people that are working in NABU, they need to see that the proofs are undeniable. However, let's be open and show the society why those people are in detainment. They are right now detained as a means for revenge, in our opinion, and nobody can deny this. So let's see the materials. Let's make them open. Let's publish them. Let's like, for example, during the legal cases, there is a way to make things open, and this is just publishing the materials. Thank you. Let's talk about the topic of our briefing. Last month, even those people who never were interested in the activity of NABU, they started being interested. So what can you say about the achievements of the NABU for the past half year? I would like to ask the technical team to launch the clip. NABU and SAPO achieved significant results in fighting the corruption in higher echelons of the state. First, in the history, the corruption cases started being resolved. A lot of different officials were received the suspicions on different cases. More than 700 million hryvnias were saved as a result of measures implemented by the NABU. 246 million hryvnias were saved during different cases in the governmental organizations. Organized criminal groups were detained, which saved 129 million hryvnias. Up-to-scale scheme was uncovered. Organizers of the million hryvnias embezzlement prevented. Former detectives of different state bureaus detained. Schemes of unlawful access to state information prevented, and the Anti-Monopol Committee of Ukraine had received suspicion. Customs Service had received suspicion. Former head of Ternopil, Obolrada, who was found to be embezzling funds, was received indictments. In general, in 2025 half year, 154 accused, and so on and so on. In the first 2025, the first half year 2025, it was saved 1.5 million hryvnias thanks to the work of NABU and SAPO. Hundreds and hundreds of millions of hryvnias were saved during the past half year. And we keep working in terms of fighting corruption. We have seen the key numbers in this clip, and we would like you to add upon it. And what, in your opinion, are the best results and achievements? Well, if we talk about the first half a year, you have seen the numbers. This is the level of the high-level echelon government corruption, and we are demonstrating that nobody is untouchable in Ukraine. The highest echelons of government individuals were detained. That's not limited to it. The different bodies and only governmental higher echelons of power, and we are focusing on organized crime, on the high level officials embezzlement. We keep working, as I said, thanks to the independence have been returned to us, and we will keep satisfying the social demand for the justice, and we will be showing that nobody and nothing will be an obstacle for us. Mr. Oleksandr, what are the achievements do you think are the most important for the first half a year? I agree with the director. It is correct, and the prioritization that we are implementing is showing results. In first half a year, we have more than 100 cases that had indictments for the individuals detained, 24 applications submitted to the courts for the embezzlement. The institute that is taking care of it, we are developing it intensively right now. So that's why we are seeing a few times increase productivity, and the parliament made a surprise for us. They extended the possibilities for submission of application for unlawful use of funds, of budget funds, and equivalent submissions, applications were done. As for the delays in the work of courts, where the cases of the military personnel being a WOL, so those cases started moving again. For example, if people were abroad, these cases were paused, and this position has been changed in the law, and we hope that we will prevent the closure of those cases because of the long term. So we have positive movements in our domain, and step by step we are making, we're improving our work. I would like to add that our priority domains that are determined in the internal documents is energy, defense spheres. You can see many billions of Kryvonos were uncovered, and this also concerns the defense sphere, drones, and so on and so on. They were parliament member, administration workers, so their role is being studied. And I would like to say that about the meeting with the President of Ukraine, I would like to first I would like to say this message. This meeting happened after the detainment happened, and the people that were accused, they were already detained when we met with the president. Not a single person meddled or interfered with the investigation. The communication happened after the detainment. As the people that were detained are military, and the role of other military personnel is being studied, and there was a need to make searches in the locations of living of those military personnel. So in order to prevent the negative experience, negative methods of investigations, we have decided to submit requests to the President of Ukraine. Why? Why it was negative? Because during the attacks against us, the previous searches were given as if they were influenced by the Russian Federation, and as if we were working in the interest of the Russian Federation. There were searches in National Guard officials, and then this situation was twisted and used as a means for discreditation of our bureau. And as we conducted the preliminary investigation, we decided to communicate this with the President of Ukraine. I would like to underline no influence, no interference into the investigation did not happen. No one ever reported about the planned operations. This never happened, never happens, and never will happen. And these cases will get to the courts. There is nothing to worry about the accusations against us. We were accused of initiating searches, and it needs to be said that different technical inconsistencies in this accusation. We actually did the search in two different cases, with two different courts, and all these searches were conducted according to the decisions of the court. So I think the situation is exaggerated. No arguments, no factual accusations are provided. There is nothing that can be characterized as following the command of the Kremlin. It is quite hard to communicate with our communities, local communities, that we are prioritizing the cases in the defense sector, of course. You have went ahead answering questions we haven't yet asked. Maybe our journalists want to ask any kind of questions. Please raise your hand. Hello, Anastashenko, Boyovy. I have a question for both speakers. Do you have any kind of information about possible corruption of high officials? First of all, President of Ukraine, government, Parliament Speaker, President of Office Head. Well, we do not comment the investigations that are ongoing. Regarding the president cannot be a subject of NABU's investigation. This is in our internal documents. We only do these investigations with former presidents. It also needs to be added that the pro-Russian Telegram channels who often write different nonsense about us, they started spreading this untruthful information about Prime Minister, President of Ukraine, Office of President of Ukraine. We already denied this information. We commented this to be untrue. We communicated it's total fake, absolutely. And you need to understand this as a crisis, as Russians are using this. Next question, please. Mariana Oganisyan, Liga.net, about Chernyshov. He said yesterday that the case against him is made up and he will be defending his honor. That's the first question. And we know that NABU gave around 30 parliament members suspicions on different cases, maybe some other cases that you are investigating right now. Regarding the former Vice Prime Minister, the case is being investigated. One episode has the accusation formed. When we find enough proofs, we will be making decision about change of suspicion. If he wants to be defended, it's his right. It's a rightful, lawful mechanism that he can use. But however, we will also continue working within the frame of the law. Regarding the members of parliament, there is different articles according to which they are being accused. This is a gas embezzlement, finance embezzlement, abuse of power, abuse of access to finance, different crimes. However, I would like to say that in communication, for the recent few weeks, you have seen Bihu's journalism material being published yesterday. People don't see these investigations. People see these investigations are being delayed because of and this kind of being an obstacle in our work as investigators in these cases. If it's an embezzlement, we are working internally. There is some people don't see these accusations as lawful. However, there is actual law that shows embezzlement as a crime. So you can see that if those crimes are non-repetitive, they are still crimes. Neither NABU nor SAP cannot initiate any cases against members of parliament. This is a competency of the general prosecutor. They initiate, and we provide the process. If there is a request like that, it's our duty to do the investigation. If there is no evidence or there is no materials, it will be closed. However, in the contrary cases, they will be involved in the investigation. The same goes for the members of parliament. Thank you. Next question. Ukraine Inform. I wanted to ask two things. What is the number of general cases about the top managers, top government officials? How many cases are there right now open? It's about 700 criminal cases before court listenings. This is not the concrete number because there is different formalities about this. However, it's about 700, and we need to about 300 more that are in the courts already. Another thing, your communication with the president of Ukraine, how often does it happen? Was it the first time, or does it happen periodically? Well, we do communicate during different meetings with law enforcement meetings and stuff like that. He communicated that he met with us before signing the law. The next day there was an official meeting with the law enforcement officials. So these meetings keep going. Interfax Ukraine, Oksana Gerontieva, I wanted to ask about fears, maybe whether you're afraid of the pressure as a leaders of the anti-corruption bodies, or maybe your subordinates feel because to prevent these kinds of scenario we witnessed recently. Yes, the situation is quite complex, sophisticated, and characterizes by the detainment of two workers of the NABU and cases that are being initiated because of Telegram channel information. This is nonsense, and the different relatives, medical financing involved. This is like nonsense for us. We see it as a non-provable pressure. This is pure pressure. This is not something that can be proven. The situation has stabilized. However, we are talking about these things. They need to be public. This is first. Second, regarding the pressure, well, this is a criminal liability to exercise pressure against us, and these pressure they try to do it in different ways, by hints, direct threats, indirect threats. These past few days, we have faced serious challenges, the main of which was to keep this institution up and running. Right before this attack, we were brainstorming, and what is happening now is maybe more wide attack against the government of Ukraine in general, and NABU and SAPO being the entry point of this pressure. And yesterday, same wave, same media campaign that we witnessed about the NABU and SAPO, the same stuff started happening about the highest officials of our country. We see different nonsense ideas about returning former government officials to their positions, things like this. But we keep communicating with Ukrainian society anyway. I support what have been just said. This information, indeed, it exists. After this unsuccessful attack, the initiators of this attack, they saw that the Ukrainian society does not want this, so they have made a decision to initiate the next attack, which is aiming for replacement of government officials. And as you can see, there's a lot of negative information is being published, being thrown into the information space. The authors of this attack are the same, and we know that, and they know that we know. And these narratives, we can see them very, very clear. There is a lot of information going on right now, but we are ready. We are ready for communication. We are waiting for the results. Fifth Channel, Hanna Rybalka, in one of the interviews, you said that there is a pressure against certain people, and which shows the Russian influence. What circle were you talking about? Is it concerning? Is it in connection with those two people that are detained right now, workers of NABU? How will it end? How will it end? Well, I don't know how it will end. I just think that the common reason will prevail, and those proofs that we have already, we will provide them to the court normally, and a legal assessment will be provided for these materials, because closed cases does not give us any kind of levers or possibility to affect the investigation. And if it's closed, nobody can do nothing after that. However, when it is public, those moves are just impossible. you understand you understand that absolutely closed process is just a nonsense. About the information regarding the proofs being non-existent for these cases, that there is information about people that are not connected to the NABU. So with this kind of accusations, those people they refuse giving any kind of commentary because they are not related to the NABU, which leads to delays in investigation. So I don't think though that information was provided, because if it was, it would be known. I wouldn't like to make this information public. There is officials and actors and people just related or were related to the detectives. I'll just say one thing. This is about moods that we're seeing. We had a search against one of the law enforcer. It was an anti-corruption case. It's to show you the mood. Everything was going on within the law. We started doing the search, and the guy just went, oh, so you started like this? Yeah, you should be expecting some kind of feedback, a reaction. So you see, they're becoming emboldened, you know. Taras Semenyuk, the page, the law that's in that is a project. The NABU detectives that are not allowed, they are not allowed to go abroad. What is this norm? Is it implemented really, or why is it needed? First of all, during the military situation that we have right now in the country, many categories of population are forbidden from leaving the country, and I really do think that it is required in order to protect our sovereignty, our independence. After the military situation is resolved, we will be talking about it. We will hold a discussion about this. Regarding the categories of the people that are not allowed to go abroad, you see, there is also technical things like for the detectives not being allowed to go abroad is a technical misunderstanding, and it will be corrected. Detectives, NABU. I really do respect your question. However, it does not provoke any kind of emotion from us. It's a decision that's supported by us completely. Vyacheslav Gripun, legal newspaper. Director of NABU, for you. You have mentioned the Fifth Channel. There is information from time to time that you were accused of different things in the court, but the case was closed. I have answered all the questions during the competition for this position, and no obstacles were met by me when appointed for this position. No comment further, please. Next question. Kristina Lomenko, UA News. What's the condition of the case about Dmitro Verbitsky, prosecutor? If he's accused of anything, what about his property or his girlfriend's Christina property? Well, it's the investigation is still ongoing. There was no suspicion given to anybody yet regarding the condition of this case. If you address to us in written, we will answer. Nastya Perey, Slistvo Info. I would like to ask you, in the beginning of this year, the Vitaly Koval, former Minister of Agricultural Policy, his apartment was confiscated. What do you know about this case? Yes, I don't remember the details, and what you said is true. Take into account how it's going on average, I think we will see some kind of results in 2 months. Thank you. So society issued a huge credit of trust to you. Are you ready? Are you ready for this heightened level of attention to your work? At least next half a year. We understand clearly who are the leaders of society, of the independent opinion, who supported us, who supported independence of our institution, who talked about the problems that we have to solve. We are ready to solve any kind of problems. We are ready to move forward. We have created, together with the head of SAP working group, that we want to involve to the media representatives, leaders, influencers, opinion leaders. The West has to be also involved in the creation of the institution to prevent corruption, and we are working on measures to heighten the level of trust. First time in the history of independent Ukraine, there were recommendations given to the government how to increase the efficiency of the Anti-Corruption Bureau. In the nearest time, we will approve the number of measures of enhancement, of improvement that will help us working better with this Ukrainian society. Again, I agree, and indeed we created this working group with which we want to show that we are open to communication with different representatives of society, leaders of opinion, leaders of business, volunteers, military people, military personnel, servicemen. Those things that we are accused of, we are pretty sure that majority of these things will just fall off naturally if only we could talk about it, if it could be talked over. So we are ready for that. We are ready to work together to find solutions to these problems, to these challenges. Together with the society, we will make these institutions better, and we will make them work for the betterment of our country. I would like to add that institutional cooperation that is adequate in the working mode, that is working as an enhancer of Ukrainian government efficiency. And corruption cases in the Ministry of Law has been closed just recently, and we are working. We are moving forward. We are developing. We are ready. We are ready to communicate with the Ukrainian people. Our Ukrainian people is the main employer that we are subordinated to. This is how we are ready to work in anti-corruption. And we were talking about the first half year to 2025 results of NABU and SAPO work, and we're working on the next events. Stay with us.